All right, so we're facing off against this beauty. Haven't fought her in a very long time. I thought it was a great opportunity to bring out this mini. It was a lot of fun to do just a little bit of a conversion on, and also I think one of the best paint jobs I've done in recent years too, which was a lot of fun. Very, very cool. Okay, and so she's gonna go right there, and then our handy dandy, I think this used to be a candle box, but I've been using it for KDM minis instead. So who do we got? We got our tank. We got that person. And we've got our Canthus Doctor. And then who do we end up bringing? I think it was the Bow Lady. There we go. Cool. Very cool. So get this down here. I'll get this last bit of things set up. It's kind of funny. I tell myself every now and then that maybe I should get started sooner than 7 p.m. PDT, but I feel like every single week I'm always just barely making it to 7 anyways, so I don't think so. I don't think it'll ever happen. Let's see. Story events 90. Let's get up to that. That'll do. That'll do. Awesome. Alrighty, so let's take a quick little look here. So I decided to mess around with the survivors a little bit for this fight. And so we have Brightness, which is someone who I made from Belated Population, who's going to be a bow specialist, who's basically a brand new survivor. And we have her kitted out with the arc bow, rawhide kit, and then bandages. And next up, we have Gancho, who's kind of like our step-in fist and tooth specialist. I decided not to use our Lucidin because he's actually getting up there in age, and I don't know if I would reuse him from age like I've been doing previously, or if he would retire, which kind of makes sense, just with his Sleeping Virus Flower, and I think retiring does make sense. So yeah, we have a Gancho in full rolling kit with a Bloom Sphere and Final Lantern. Pretty cool. And Hasina, who is our Acanthus Doctor, also with bandages, so we got lots of those going on. And then last but not least, are slowly making the way to Shield Master, Tian, our old go-to tank, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, so we've already departed, so that should be all set. Okay, so we got Brightness up first, just gonna have them in order of appearance here, and maybe we'll scoot this. It's a little bit tilted right now, just so we can see the folks on the map. Gancho up next, followed by Hasina, and then Tien taking up the rear here. So we got a whole bunch of normal story events to roll on, and yes, let's see how we do here. And I think, if I remember correctly, I think the next fight is against Kingsman level 3, and I'm of two minds of that. I might get some opinions later on, and I'll ask right now. I kind of want to try and win it, but I also don't want to have one of my like A-team best survivors shackled by the cursed armor that he gives out if you win. So I might take the B team and try to win it and just balls to it if the B team dies. Or I just flunk it with and just auto lose with 4 of my kind of like farmer survivors that I haven't been using anything with. So thoughts and feelings there. I would love some input. And away we go with story time. Okay, 54. 26, that is too far. 54. Oh, one off from Mask Salesman, that would have been nice. Bone Storm, what do we got for Bone Storm? Mighty winds tear across the landscape, collecting chips of stones and skeletal remains. The survivors huddle together on the outskirts of the storm. They may either brave the storm or wait it out. Brave the storm, all survivors gain 1 courage and suffer 1 event damage to 3 random hit locations. Archive all fragile gear. Don't love that. Wait it out, roll twice on the hunt event table before moving on the hunt board. 1 event damage on 3 random hit locations and archive all fragile gear. Do we have any fragile gear? Let's take a quick little look. Actually, just gonna have that off camera just so I can actually read it. Okay, so Brightness is good. Gancho. Nothing fragile there other. Hasina. Let's go Bone. Okay, nothing fragile there too. So far so good. And nothing fragile there either. You know what? I feel like there's going to be so many hunt events to roll on that I don't want to end up rolling 2 more, so I think I am going to brave the storm. So everyone's going to gain a courage. Let's do that first here. There we go, to 5. Ooh, nice. So we are going to do bold really quick here. Birth of a Savior. Bold. Okay, and we are on the hunt phase. So triumph. Hasina is going to get prepared. Let's go ahead and add that. Prepared. Boom, boom. And roll a d10. 5. Gain +1 understanding. Alrighty, Rue. There we go. So nothing amazing, but it's okay. We shall take it. And then Gancho gaining a courage. Done deal. And brightness gaining their very first courage. Fun times. Okay, but so 1 event damage to 3 random hit locations. Archive all fragile gear. So starting with brightness, 3 random hit locations. Body, waste, and waste. Okay. Could you consume anything? That's actually one thing I forgot about. Okay, you cannot consume. Just from the settlement phase, anyone who can consume gets an additional armor everywhere. Okay, so Gancho. Let's just add this up really quick. To 11. Across the board. Pretty beastly. That might actually be some of the highest I've had yet, which is pretty cool. Hasina, I think you can consume 2. Yep, so that would be an additional armor up to 12, which is pretty sweet. There we go. And then can you consume? No, you cannot, but that's okay. You've got a whole bunch of armor. Actually, you've got a little bit less than I thought. Beak's armor, to be 5, 7. Okay, interesting. Alrighty, so there we go. Down to 2 armor at the body, and the waist is already down to 1 for brightness. So we're really hoping brightness doesn't take many hits here. That's for sure. Gancho, where are you getting it? Body, so down to 9 for the body. And the arms down to 10, not too shabby. And we'll roll for Hasina next. Waist, and hands. Waist down to 10. And arms down to 11. And then last but certainly not least, as we brave this storm, getting all these devils. Okay, so Tien goes down to 7 at the body. And 8 at the waist. Okay, cool. So that is Bone Storm done. Let us... A cheat indeed. All right, let's roll on the next one. 15. I think that's really close to the worm thing that I've heard is really bad. Oh yeah, 10. That's what the worm thing is with that cool, creepy, cool art. Yeah. Okay, but we're not there right now. We are on 15. Man Trap. The event revealer springs a terrible trap, and this is Gancho. So roll a d10. We don't know what this trap's going to entail. Let's see what happens. 5. Second 5 of the night so far. Mangled leg. Oh, God. Destroy all armor at the leg location. Then suffer 1 event damage to the legs. So, that stinks. Okay, Gancho. So you are down to 0 leg armor. All the way from 11 to nothing. Can't I type that in? 0. Done. Nope. Let's just do it the old-fashioned way and tab it all the way down to 0. And then 1 event damage is a light wound. Ouchie kibbles. Oops, I've been forgetting to move us up, so we should be there. And then Hasina's gonna roll. Getting a 67. Wonder if we can adjust this a little bit now. There we go. Cool. 67. Saliva pools. We've been here before. The ground ahead is pockmarked by pools filled with gooey liquid. They bubble merrily and stink of digesting meat. As the survivors move between them, they are overcome by waves of nausea. If a survivor has a sickle, they slice a few leaves from a nearby plant and everyone uses them to plug their noses and mask the smell. All survivors gain 1 understanding. Nice, so we are able to do that. Let's add understanding. Oh, how far they fall indeed. I can't remember which fight it was. It might have been like Kingsman level 1. There was, or yeah, I think it was Kingsman. There's a card that reduced a location to 0, and it was so brutal. Okay, so what was it? +1 understanding for everybody. Let's do that. 2 understanding for brightness. Very nice. Gancho up to 3. So let's go ahead and scoot over to insight really quick. Let's just put that down there. And insight. We're gathering insights. There we go. I think everyone's seen this art before at this point, but it's still pretty cool to see. And there we are. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Alrighty, so let's see here. Where to put my phone? Gancho gains the Explore, which would have been useful on that last event, but that's okay. Explore, there we go. And roll 1d10, that we shall. 4. Gained 3 survival and 3 insanity. However, Gancho also has Ghostly Beauty, double all insanity and double all survival you spend, which we don't necessarily love. So survival's topped up and insanity goes up to 14. Oh, no, not 14. To 11. There we go. Cool. So high rolls would have been preferable, but that is okay. Alrighty, so that is Gancho and Brightness done. Hesina. Very high understanding on Hesina. That is fun. And Tien, what's your understanding at? There we go. Getting there. Okay, so we don't need to roll any dice on this. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, they devise a way to use the pools. Each survivor may place 1 piece of gear in the pool, archive the gear, and gain the resources used to craft it. Craft it, if any. So we don't want to do that because we are happy with all of the gear that we have. I shall forever be named the Lamesman. Indeed. Gancho Lamesman, at your service. Okay, and that is that one done. So we shall scoot forward once more. And this is Tien making the roll. Getting a 37. 37. Oh, we've got this one last time, which is a bummer. Sucks getting it now, actually. Lost. The survivors are hopelessly lost in the unbroken darkness. Move them 2 spaces back on the hunt board. 1, 2. Bummer. Okay, well, that is back to brightness. Getting a 41. 41. Nightmare. Okay, we've done this before. A couple times, actually. The event revealer reveals dreams of the upcoming hunt. The great beast vanishes during their battle and secretly follows them back to the settlements. They helplessly watch as it devours all they know and love. The event revealer gains 1d10 insanity and a -1 evasion token. If the settlement has a savior, they appear in the dream and defend their home. The event revealer gains 1d5 in survival. So we don't get that, but let's roll off for the insanity piece. 1 insanity for brightness, going up to a single insanity. I have no survivor in the settlements, so we have a Twilight Sword, so that does not happen. And that one is done, so we'll scoot forward once more and have Gancho roll here. Sorry, maybe lagging. The Kingsman shall forever be known as the Lamesman. Oh, yes, that Lamesman. I totally thought you were referring to Gancho having the busted leg, which would make him lame. But Kingsman is definitely the Lamesman. Okay, 65. Statue. Cresting a hill, the survivors find a statue of a man sitting on a throne. If any survivor has +5 understanding, they may ignore the statue and end this event. We are going to do this because I didn't like the idea of... Oh, you know what? No, we are going to do this. I'll read through this for everybody. So we could end this event if we wanted to. Otherwise, each survivor rolls one. Oh, maybe we do. Let's see. The lowest scoring survivor, roll off in case of ties, becomes a straggler. The straggler is drawn to the statue. Touching it gently, in an instant they are gone, replaced by the man from the throne, now flesh and blood. Never mind. So Memento Mori, which we do have, I think. Yeah, we're not going to do it because we have some really good survivors here, and we basically make a trade for a newish survivor. If we were able to select brightness, we would do it, but we don't get the option to choose. So Gancho shall be known as El Jefe Mucho Hancho. Perfect. Okay, but we do get to move forward, so that is something. So rolling for Hasina, getting a 14. Slowly working our way down to 10. Chance encounter. The survivors encounter a bewitching, barefoot waif with soot-covered feet. If you already roll this event on the hunt, or if all survivors are insane, she turns her back and disappears into the darkness. Roll again, so you don't need to worry about that. Otherwise, is that the waif there too? In that little picture? Exclaiming wildly at the survivors, the woman's presence fills everyone with an alien feeling of hope. All survivors gain 1 courage and 1 understanding. If the settlement has hobble, she snaps her fingers and ages before their eyes. Okay, cool. Well, let's add these stats before we go any further. So brightness here gains a courage and understanding. Boom. Understanding means we get to do insight with her already, which is pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and just do that really quick. Insight. Love flipping to it right away. So she gains the Explore. There we go. And rolling a d10 would love a nice high roll. Nope, 2 is not very high. Reroll 1 hunt events this hunt phase. Okay. Man, some of the stats would be much preferred, but we'll take a reroll. That's all right. Okay, so that's brightness done. Gancho here. Understanding. And courage means we do get to do bold for Gancho. So you know what? That is something that we shall take for sure. Bold. Show off this art really quick there too. More fun survivor faces. Okay, and so he gains prepared, which we've got a whole bunch of, and nice high roll, pretty please. Oh, we'll take it. A Lantern 10, love it. +1 permanent movement, which is kind of great. Reason being, the rolling armor reduces their movement by 1, so we can move that up to 6 movements, meaning their movement is back up to the normal of 5. Heck yeah, that is good news. Okay, so that's Gancho done. Hasina. Ooh, White Secret. I don't think I've ever done White Secret. Let's do White Secret, or at least take a look. What page is White Secret on? Let's just check at the beginning here. Yeah, I think this is going to be a first, which is pretty neat. White Secret 181, so pretty far down here. That's some wild art there. Okay, White Secret. Oh, you know what? I think we might have had White Secret once. So we'll look at the crazy wild art here with the White Speaker cultist. And a newbie-looking survivor. White Secret. A dream buried deep in memory suddenly surfaces. You feel her hot breath bathing your ear, hissing whispers. She had come to you bearing the secrets of the world, and you had merely forgotten. Until now. Your brain swells, and you scream out in pain. Suffer the lunacy brain trauma, and remember the story. Okay. Lunacy brain trauma. Lunacy, where art thou? One moment here as I find out where the heck Lunacy is. Not in disorders, abilities and impairments, that's going to be it. Lunacy, not leprosy. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. Let me just pull up the brain trauma PDF. There we go, very handy. Well, except for the broken legs. Yeah, good hunt so far. Long hunt so far, but good except for the broken legs for sure. Okay, Lunacy, gain a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. That we can do. Okay, so it'll be 4 insanity. So we do have everybody insane now. Oh no, they were already insane anyways. 11, 12, and a random disorder. So we'll roll. Oh, Well, that's fun. We just got a second immortal survivor. While you're insane, convert all damage dealt to your hit locations to brain damage. That is interesting. So we have an immortal Acanthus Doctor. I wonder if we should put the feather buckler on them then. Very, very interesting. Okay, so that means they can't spend survival. But yeah, that is cool. And then remember the story. Let us roll, another dice. Brain Lunacy Trauma is Punk Band's first album. Beautiful. That is cocked. Let's just go ahead and reroll that. 4. If the settlement has a romantic conviction principle, the survivor remember the story of the ageless man. Do we have romantic conviction? Let us take a little look here. Is that in progression? Is that principle? No, conviction. Where are convictions? Intimacy, protect the young. Principles? Conviction, barbaric. Okay, so we do not have romantic. And we rolled a 4. Okay, so story of the survivor. You remember the story of a smart young girl that, despite all odds, constantly outwitted the superior being she encountered. You also recall that her own vanity led to her death. Gain the quixotic disorder and the following ability, Peerless. When you gain insanity, you may gain an equal amount of survival. Wow, that is pretty wild. Okay, so this is for Hasina. So I think she just got the 2 best disorders that I know of. Quixotic. If you are insane when you depart, gain +1 survival and +1 strength token, which is pretty cool. And then also Peerless ability. Peerless. Okay, Peerless. When you gain insanity, you may gain an equal amount of survival. Cool, cool, cool. Well, that was pretty neat, and I'm on board for that for sure. Okay, and then chance encounter. Okay, and lastly, Tien is going to get these stats here too. So, courage and understanding, boom. Okay, so if the settlement has hobble, she snaps her fingers and ages before their eyes. So basically, is this just like a really old savior? A chill passes over the survivors. Their body and armor spontaneously knit themselves back together. Heal all injury levels and lost armor points. Then she pulls a random survivor aside and whispers secrets of their upcoming hunt. They gain 1 accuracy token. Wow. Okay, so chance encounter is sweet. And everyone gains their armor back, which is fantastic. So back up to 9 here. There we go. And this is Tien. Awesome. Hasina, back up to 12 across the board. Awesome. Gancho, all the way back up to 11. Uh-oh. I went way too high. And 11 there. Very nice. Take off that light injury. And brightness, back up to a whopping 3. Huzzah. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, that's fun. And then a random survival. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we'll re-roll 9s and 10s. Okay, cool. So brightness gets a accuracy token. Awesome. Well, I think chance encounter is now like my favorite favorite random hunt events so far. That is super cool. All right, getting there. Okay, 33. 33. It whispers your name. That's a terrifying name for an event. The event revealer trips over protruding nose in the ground. The lips of a stone face begin to move. If the event revealer has no name, the lips stop moving and nothing else happens. Otherwise, the lips seductively whisper the survivor's name. In this case, this would be, I think, Gancho. If the event revealer is insane, they are drawn in, savagely kissing the face. Repulsed and outraged. Let's just see. I think Gancho is insane. Very insane, yep. Okay. So, repulsed and outraged, the other survivors suffer 1 brain event damage before pulling the crazed survivor from the ground and moving on. Okay, so no one's got marrow hunger. Oh, add murder to the settlement event to the timeline next year. Okay, fun. Oh, you know what? Never mind. No, I don't think we need to worry about that. Because that's, I think, specifically tied to the marrow hunger. Yeah, okay, cool. So everyone suffers 1 brain damage, and then everyone else will move on. Okay, so Gancho does not suffer brain damage. Brightness will, going down to 0 insanity. Gancho's all good. Hesina goes down to 11, and Tian also down to 11. Very nice. Okay, so then we'll scoot forward, and then overwhelming darkness, which in this case is a forest wants what it wants. The forest wants what it wants indeed, with this super cool, grim gateway. The silence and darkness is broken by a glowing hum that whispers into their bones. Okay, survivors test the gate. Roll 1d10. 9. Fantastic. So begrudgingly welcome. The gate swings open a fraction, the hinges singing of a forlorn flute, playing a melancholy welcome. The survivors force their way through, each gaining 1 bleeding token. So, we either have 4 people gain a bleeding token, or it would be 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 people needing to get rid of stuff. So I think we might do the get rid of stuff, because we can get rid of... we can gain a -1 token, gain a random disorder, archive gear, and gain a bleeding token. So I think what we can do is have not everyone get bleeding tokens. So one is, so we need to do 4 of them. So let's just take this die and say that the first one, sorry, I'm over here, is going to be brightness. And that's accuracy token we have, we are going to negate. So going back down to normal accuracy. And then 3 more things to do. So a negative token. I think Hesina will take a negative strength token because strength is super jacked. So that's up to 2. No, let's just put 2 dice here so we know. And then let's see, who else do we have? Tian, what's your strength at? Your strength is pretty jacked too. We'll take a minus strength token there also. There we go. So that is 3. And then lastly, with Gancho here, is there anything that we're not super keen on with Gancho? You know what? Let's give brightness 1 bleeding token because they might not have any issues with the flower circle. Actually, you know what? Let's give it to Hesina. Reason being, Hesina has the thing that can get rid of 1. Okay, so Hesina gains a bleeding token. And with that, we get Gracious Aroma. The survivors, the survivors step through a gentle swinging gate, met by a warm, promising wind, carrying a cloyingly sweet bouquet. All survivors gain 1d5 insanity and 1 understanding. I don't know if this is meant to be rolled individually, but I think I'm just going to roll it once just for efficiency. So everyone's going to gain 4 insanity and an understanding. So everyone's insane now. Understanding. Boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a understanding. And up to 15 here also for Hesina, and a understanding. Actually, their understanding's maxed out. Wow, everyone has 15 insanity. Fun times. There we go. And understanding. Boom, there we go. And so, Forest Wants What It Wants was not too shabby. That sounds good to me. And yeah, now we have some special hunt things that we're going to flip over here. I think you're supposed to actually be back there. Okay, and so first one up is Mineral Gathering. Let's go ahead and get that sorted. What page is Mineral Gathering on? Mineral Gathering, 144. Okay, mineral gathering. Each survivor of the pickaxe rolls on the table. So we only have one person. They can re-roll though. 5. 4 to 5. Gain a broken lantern resource. A sudden rock slide catches you off guard. Suffer 2 event damage. You know what? Let's re-roll it. Ah, damn. Yeah, I was worried that was going to happen. Okay, well that's okay. You strike a stone that resembles your face. It explodes, covering you in blood. Gain 1 insanity and hemophilia disorder. Okay. This being Hasina here. So this is going to be their 3rd disorder. What is hemophilia disorder? During the showdown, whenever a survivor, including you, gains a bleeding token, you're knocked down. So that would suck, but we do have a Fist and Tooth Master who people can stand up at the beginning of the monster's turn or their turn. So that is not bad at all. Okay, and just 1 insanity for them too. Up to 16. Cool. Well, that could have been better, but that also could have been worse. And then next up we have Herb Gathering. So I'll scoot up. All survivors gain a survival, which is nice. Let's see if anyone can. Gancho, you're at 10, and brightness, you're at 10 too, so nobody can gain 1. That's okay. And Herb Gathering. Beautiful. Fantastic cool art. This is actually like one of my favorite pieces in the book, I think. It's just creepy plant, and I would love to see something like that as a monster to fight sometime. Okay, so we're going to do 3 dice per people. And yeah, so let's do this thing. We get to add 10 as well because we are after Overwhelming Darkness. All right, so for brightness here, and I'm just going to pull out a calculator to make this nice and easy. So we get 11 plus... Oh wow, triple 5. So we don't get to count that. So we got 2 more. Okay, plus 19. And then lastly, awesome, plus 18. This is another really high roll. 18 and then plus 10. So we get 58. Well, would have been a really high roll if we had another one, but 58. Gain 2 fresh Acanthus Strange Resource. If the settlement has cooking, gain 1 random vermin. That sounds great to me. Let's do a random vermin really quick. And we gain a crab spider. I think that's my favorite vermin. It looks just so creepy and cool. Very fun. So we'll put that up in the corner there. Cool. And 2 fresh acanthus. We'll just add that in the app. Good to know that we have those on hand for this fight too. So up to 4 of those now. Very nice. And then, yes, we shall continue onwards here with the first and maybe only Flower Knight hunt event. Sudden life. The branches overhead are suddenly alive with writhing insects. All at once, thousands of insects begin to sing, filling the air with a vibrating wall of noise. The din brings all survivors to their knees. All non-deaf survivors suffer 1 event damage to their head location that ignores armor points. If any survivor has 3+ understanding, they may plug up their ears with spongy moss and help the others do the same. Otherwise, the overwhelmed survivors suffer 1 event damage and begin the showdown knockdown. Okay, so 1 event damage to their head location, which ignores armor, and then we can ignore the other piece. That's nice at least. Okay, so brightness, 1 event damage to the noggin. Joy. There we go. And then we get to start the fight. So let's go ahead and scoop these things back up over there. Get these ones up over there. And we'll close up this book because we should not need it any longer. And then, let's see here. So things got shuffled around a little bit, but that is okay. I'll put you up there too. So let's make sure that this is nice and straight. There we go. I was super stoked on drawing Giant Stone Face. However, it's got to be placed at least 5 spaces away from any board edge, and it cannot go in the flower circle. And so cannot legally place it, and it's going to go off, which is kind of a shame because I was really stoked on it because of this new New thing. Yeah, where was it? Heart of the Woods. We'll go through all of them in a sec here too, just as a refresher for myself. But Heart of the Woods is a new trait for the level 3 here. At the start of the survivor's turn, all survivors adjacent to a board edge are sucked into the darkness of the woods and are lost forever. They are dead. Do not gain the benefits of Cannibalize. Then, all survivors outside the fairy ring suffer knockback 5 towards the closest board edge. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like a Dragon Ball Z ring out effect of the forest just eating you. Also, it looks like my camera's lagging a little bit, so I can't tell if what I'm showing on screen is actually in focus. So sorry about that. Hopefully it'll clear up in just a minute here. Yeah, so that's new. And then we also have Perfect Aim. When the Flower Knight rolls a perfect hit, it devastates the survivor's defenses. Target loses 1 armor to all hit locations, which hopefully won't be too serious, but is pretty cool. And then we've got the usual Flower Knight stuff of Bloom. Target a random survivor outside the fairy ring. They suddenly vanish, gain +1 luck token, and are doomed until the end of the monster turn. The target emerges from a flower. Place them standing in the closest free space inside the fairy ring. Turn the monster to face the target. Yes, yes. Razor Bulbs. Rows of dangerous hooked vines face inwards towards the center of the ring. Whenever a survivor leaves the fairy ring, they gain 1 bleeding token. That's why we took 2 people with band-aids. And Set Roots. The Flower Knight has +1 damage token for each survivor in the fairy ring. The Flower Knight does not allow terrain to exist inside the fairy ring, which is what I was just describing with the thingamajig there. And yeah, that is what we got in this. So let's see, where shall we place ourselves? We'll put you directly in the middle because that is what you do. And we can go anywhere on the outside. So if I recall correctly, excuse me, we want, oh, actually, let's see. The start of the survivor's turn, all adjacent, okay. Interesting. So we're going to start getting knockback 5, which is a little bit tricky off the bat, because that means I was planning on placing there. Closest board edge being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. If we're here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be being knocked away, which does not spark joy. I think what that means is we're going to go probably just in a straight line over here. We'll do that. We'll put Hasina on this far one. There we go. So reason being, if they get knocked back, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which they're going to get knocked back. And they won't get eaten by the woods. So I think let's just put this up a little bit because we're going to be playing in this vicinity more likely for the whole fight. I'll move these. And then I'm just going to put this down in this corner for now. Cool. Well, first level 3 Flower Knight. Here we go. Ooh, one thing I forgot. I did draw a Texas card. I did that before. I might have changed my loaded, actually. Let's see. So, not you. Gotcha. Was it you? No. Hasina, was it you? No. I think it was TN, but I think I switched the gear. Nope. Yeah, Flower Knight badge. Okay, cool. So, Diversion Tactics. Once per attack before hit location dice are rolled, any standing survivor who is adjacent to the monster and not being attacked may spend 1 survival to cancel hit. So pretty neat. And once again, that looked like it was blurry. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can actually get that in focus since things have cleared up. Yeah, I really like these little tactic cards. They're cool art. So I'm going to put that there and hopefully I will remember it. And then we also have the Horripilation Death Die where 1 person once around can make an additional attack, which is pretty neat as well. So we'll put that there. Okay, well, let's do this thing and see what a level 3 Flower Knight do. Eaten by the Woods sounds like some creepypasta. Yeah, it really does, hey? It really does. Okay, Stinging Breeze while being eaten by the woods. Pick target. Closest survivor outside the fairy ring in range. Okay, so closest is going to be probably 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll say that is Hasina. Move and attack. 2 speed, 4+ accuracy, 1 damage. Target gains 1 luck token. Oh, interesting. Suffering grab 2. So you're going to move and attack. Here we go. We do have +1 speed and +2 damage here too. So this is going to be 3 speed. I think Hasina should have a decent amount of evasion here. Got 3. So this is going to be hitting on 7s, doing 3 damage per hit. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good roll. So that is 3 hits. I think Hasina's going to likely spend a survival here to get rid of 1, but let's see. So 3 hits. Is there any abilities or anything that you can do here? No. Okay, so yeah, let's take a little looky-loo here. Oh, we do have someone adjacent who can spend a survival to get rid of 1, 2 with the diversion tactics. So let's see. So we get head, hands, and body. Let's go ahead and spend a survival on the head. So we get rid of that. And I think we'll take the other ones because it's just going to be 3. So down to 9 for both. And then gaining a temporary luck token, which is nice. So let's go ahead and add that up. So we get 1 luck. Super ocho, shall we say? Okay, move the flower net 5 spaces toward the center of the board. So 1, 2, 3, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, right to the center. There we go. And then suffering grab. So knock down and in front, we are there. Knockdown for the monster. They suffer 3 random damage. Okay, 3 damage to the legs. 1, 2, 3. And that is Stinging Breeze done. So, Heart of the Woods comes into play. All survivors adjacent to a board edge, don't need to worry about that because no one's adjacent to the edge. All survivors outside the fairy ring suffer knockback 5 towards the closest board edge. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we are there as well. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, how do we want to do this first? Let's have Tiana's going to loot that flower. So we shall, let's see, roll on this table. Looking for anything but a 1. And we get a 1, of course. So the flower bursts, overwhelming your senses. You are knocked down and gain 1 bleeding token. Yeah, that stinks. So we'll take that off. And no sickles there either. Okay, so that is archived, knocked down, and gaining a bleeding token. Oh, not Hasina, this is Tien. So Tien goes up to 1 bleeding token. Okay. So that doesn't spark joy. Let's go ahead and do, going to spend a survival to encourage and getting it back on a 6. Nope. Okay, so that's down to 9. And I think we're going to be encouraging Hasina there. So you can stand up. And then Gancho is going to encourage, getting Tien back up. And so Tien's used his action. He is now going to just move 5, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, that just means he's going to get knocked back again, but that is the way it's going to go. That's okay. Okay, let's do brightness, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then is going to use a point of survival to dash, keeping it, which is nice. And she is going to, now the question that we want to do here, do we want to, oh damn, we didn't actually take the, yeah, so we're just going to attack. We didn't take any hit location scanning. Oh, we could actually, I guess technically speaking, we could reveal the top 2 AI cards. Do we want to do that now? Let's do it, because we are fishing for legendary cards. There's 2 of them in here. Oh, bugger. There is one of them right there. So we have Exterminate, which is a terrifying name. Closest threats facing in Fairy Ring. 3 speed, 2 accuracy, 1 damage. If the target did not suffer any severe injuries, perform this card again, targeting the same survivor. I assume that's a limit of once, but that is pretty wild. So let's put that on top, and our hope is that we are going to get rid of that. Let's take a look at continuation, though, too. Bleed 1. After damage, perform this card again, choose a new target, complete until... Yeah, okay, so some pretty nasty cards here. Fun, very fun. Cool, there we go. So, not Arluzidin, Gancho can move a total of 10 this round. Ooh, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nice. Let's start with Hasina, who is already in there anyway. So Hasina is going to go in with the Digging Claw, which is only 1 dice, but hitting on 2+. Hey, that's what we needed. And you know what? Let's just do the 1. And so we do hit. Ooh, getting hypnotic deflection. Parry. Wound attempts on this location fail unless the result is a critical. Okay, don't necessarily love that. So, Hasina has 1 luck, so we do crit on a 9. That's something. It's a really crappy dice roll. Just but a 1 is not going to do it. So a failure. Turn the flower net to face the attacker. They gain 2 insanity. So that we can do, going up to 18 insanity, which is pretty wild. And that's their turn. So Gancho is going to move a full 10. If we didn't get that extra movement, they wouldn't have been able to do this, which is pretty cool. Okay, Gancho. So you are down to 8 survival. And you are going to swing in with your fist and teeth. So you have, how much speed do you have? You got 0 speed, and so that's going to be 2 attacks, and we are going to use the death die here. So we got 3 attacks, hitting on any accuracy. Yes, that's 1. So 7s, and then monster class style making it 6s, blind spot making it 5. So 3 attacks hitting on 5s. Okay, so we get 2 hits. Connecting on armored back, and oh no. Oh, we get the trap already. That is a shame. Crap. Okay, that's really no bueno. Well, okay, trap. Reshuffle this and let's see what it does. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain +1 luck token. Okay, that we shall do. Gancho gaining a 2nd luck. Each of the survivors, okay, showdown board, place the attacker in front of the monster, they gain +1 luck token. Each of the survivors is grasped by the roots and pulled in, unless they spend 1 survival, place them 5 places closer to the Flower Knight, and perform basic action. So they're both going to spend a survival here, this being brightness. And then Tien. First one spent by Tien. Okay, and then Doomed. So we can't really do anything about that. We can't spend any survival. So basic action. Closest threat. So this is going to be obviously the target in Fairy Ring. Oh, you know what? They might have to, because of the Bloom Sphere on a 6+. No. Okay, closest survivor in range. So it's going to be 4... 3 and 4 dice. Early trap. We got Akbar indeed. Admiral Akbar. It's trap. Freaking love Admiral Akbar. He's just such an amazing meme. It's awesome on Calamari. Okay, and so for Gancho here, we have 3 evasions. So that's going to help, making it a 5+ to hit with the 4 dice here. So 5 ups. Oh my god. 2 perfect hits. Yeah. Ooh, perfect hits. Oh, goodness. Devastate the attacker's defenses. Ooh, ouch. Okay. Big time. Ouch. This is not a good... This is no good. All right, so everywhere loses 2 armor. 1, 2, 1. There we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. So we can't spend survival, so that means I'm assuming we can't do diversion tactics because you have to spend a survival to do so. I'm just going to look up the ruling on Doom really quick because I think it's you can't spend it, but I just want to double check. KDM glossary. I love that they've got the living glossary online. Doomed. Yeah, cannot spend survival. And I think it was everybody. And let me just double check. Yep, all sorts are doomed. Okay. So, yeah, this is just going to be 4 hits. 3 and 4. Okay, we got 2 doubles there. And the basic action is 0 damage. So that is something. So it becomes 1, 2, 3 damage. 3 damage ain't too bad. All right, so 6 to the waist. So only got 3 armor at the waist now. There we go. 3 to the body, going down to 6. And 3 to the head, going down to 6. Okay, so as far as traps go, that wasn't great, but I think it also could have been a lot worse. So let's shuffle this back in. And what stinks is we've got the legendary card on top. And so far with 4 attacks, we haven't been able to wound because of the stupid trap. So I think Hesina's going to have to surge and try and wound. So let's do it. Hesina's going to surge. Ooh, I guess. Yeah, let's surge with Hesina. And then if we need to, we could surge with Ganju here too. But so surging with Hesina, getting 1 attack. We do hit and we draw Retreating Feint. So we crit on a 9 and that would be nice. Oh baby, we crit with a Lantern 10. Turning things around. Woo! Okay, critical wound. If the attacker does not have the fencing secret art, fighting art, break through. Cool. So we shall add the wound stacked and then take a look at the breakthrough. This art is freaking stunning. Also, I just freaking love how the flower circle looks on the board. It looks so sweet, especially on the camera. There we go. Some super stunning Flower Knight art. Try and get that glare going. Cool. And creepy plants on the bottom. And yeah, fun, cool stuff. For a brief instant, a weakness is found in the Flower Knight's seemingly impenetrable defense. With a ferocious blow, the survivor is able to overcome the Flower Knight's bird-like reflexes. If the settlement has innovated drums, the rhythm of battle is maddening. All survivors gain 2 insanity. Seizing the moment, the attacker attempts to break through. Okay, so 2 insanity for everybody first. Let's go ahead and add that. So brightness is up to 6. Everybody's officially insane. Gancho's up to 17. Hesina's up to 20. 17 for Tien. Okay, and this was Hesina. So breakthrough, add the survivor's luck, which is going to be just 1 right now. So breakthrough. 8 plus 1 is 9. The survivor chirps and stumbles, its armor subtly shifting colors. Gain 1 survival and 1 luck token. Nice, so back up to 10 survival. Oh, let me double check something. Immortal. Exotic. Okay, cool. And then luck token. Awesome, there we go. And then I'm going to, you know what, just because, let's go ahead and surge with Gancho here too, because we be here. Let's do it. So down to 7. And getting 2 attacks, hitting on 6s. Ouch. Nada. Alrighty, Roo. Well, that is going to bring us back to its turn. So, we were able to do that 1 wound, which is huge. So it means we don't have the legendary card off the top. Continuation. Closest survival in the survivor in the fairy ring will do Hesina. Okay, so it's going to be 3 speed, 2 accuracy, and then bleed 1. Okay. Let's see. So this is going to have some interesting interactions, actually. Hesina. What is your evasion is 3. So we have 3 dice hitting on 5s. So that's 2 hits. Oh, dang, one of those is a perfect hit too. So that's going to be 1 damage to all parts. It's kind of interesting, like a attrition ability. And I've got a lot of perfect hits so far, which I don't like. Okay, do you want to do anything about that? I mean, I don't think so. And it would be coming off the insanity as well. Let's see, you've got 10 survival. Let's go ahead and dodge 1. So there we go. And how much damage would this be? So it would be 0 damage. Bleed 1. Hesina's got 1 bleeding token already. Okay. Yeah, let's just keep it there, methinks. No, we're going to spend 1 more survival to negate any hits, and then we don't need to worry about... Actually, no, we're going to take it, gain that bleeding token, and then that 3 damage to... Is it going to be 3 damage? 1, yeah, 2, 3 to the noggin. So going down to 17 survival. Okay, and so also gaining the second bleeding token. Continuation. It's then going to perform this card again, choosing a new target. Repeat this card until the Flower Knight finishes, until there's no one there. So what we're going to do is the Bloom Sphere. When you have picked its target, roll 1d10. On a 6+, it must pick a new target if possible. And so I think we're just going to roll this as if this gets pulled off, it's going to end this card. So 6+. Nice. So we shall end that card, bringing it to the survivor's turn. And so Heart of the Woods comes into play. All survivors outside the fairy ring suffer knockback 5 towards the closest board edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the beginning of our turn. I think what we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit messy on this side, but we're going to move with Hesina going... Okay, so that would gain a bleeding token also if we left the fairy ring. Do we want to do that yet? Let's do it. So Hesina's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, just to the outside there. So gaining a additional bleeding token, but then going to use the action to negate 2 bleeding tokens. So going down to 1 token total for her action. Not going to do any surges or anything like that right now. Let's go ahead and let's see. How do you want to do this? Let's have Goncho go next, just because he's already in here. So it's going to be 2 dice. Let's go ahead and use the death die here. No, let's actually save that for someone else. So 2 dice hitting on 6s. We get 1, and we connect with Feyhelm Wing. So we got a reflex and a critical wound, which would be nice. So with Goncho here, how much luck do we have? We have 2 luck, so we're going to be critting on an 8. 6 is not quite a crit, but we do wound. And let's see, Savage means... Oh no, because that's not a crit, so just the 1 wound. There we go, so we got 2 wounds down. Reflex. The Flower Knight slowly cranes its neck towards the attacker. If the attacker has any stinky gear in the gear grid, they gain the priority target token. I think we do have some stinky gear for Goncho. Goncho, yes we do, we got 2. So they are going to be the target of the next turn. That's not too bad, we'll take it. Okay, so we might surge with them later, but I think first things first, let's get... Excuse me, let's get Tien up in here. So Tien is going to dash, so able to move 10, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we are working on that shield specialization, so let's go ahead and do the bacon shield, and we're going to use the death die on this too. So we got 2 dice hitting on 4s. Okay, so we get 1, and we connect with Armored Back. And so the armor here is, or defense is quite low, toughness I should say. Let me just take a little look to confirm. I'm pretty sure it's 11. Yeah, toughness 11, which is pretty wild. Okay, so toughness 11. So we only need to roll a 2. Oh, do you have any luck? Let us see. No, no luck. But we do get the wound, which is muy bueno. So there we go. We got that in play. That's awesome. And you know what? While we're in here, let's go ahead and surge with Tien, who's then going to block, gaining those 2 block 2, not deflect tokens. Okay, and then next up, let's go with our archer, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, one thing for Tien, just because I can, because I can do it, and I've forgotten about it before. Weapon proficiency, point earned. Heck yeah. Same with Hesina. There we go. And now let's see if we can do that. And Goncho as well. Where'd that get to? Boom, boom. And let's see if we can make the same thing happen with Brightness. So she does need to spend a survival to dash because the arc bow is cumbersome. And let's see, so keeping that survival on a 6+, we do. Awesome, so we're still at 8. And the arc bow has some pretty big, long range here. This is one of my first times actually getting to use it, which is awesome. Let's see if that'll focus here. So 1 speed, 6+, 9 strength, cumbersome, and extra range, which is nice. Okay, so I think we do have an accuracy, which is going to make it a 5+. Yes, we do. So hitting on a 5 up. 7 will be a hit. There we go. Oh, not again! Oh my goodness. Okay, trap party tonight. Okay, so Flower Knight's already in the center of the showdown board. Place the attacker in front of the monster. They gain 1 luck token. Bugger. Okay, so they gain a luck. Okay, this might be bad. Each of the other survivors is grasped by the roots and pulled in. Unless they spend 1 survival, place them 5 spaces closer to the Flower Knight. All survivors are doomed. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. So, this does not spark joy. Let's see how this goes. All right, so basic attack is usually 3 speed. Yes, so we get 3 speed becoming 4. And I don't think this character has, okay, they do actually have some evasion. They got 2. So this is going to be hitting on 4s. Please, no perfect hits this time. Oh, we do get a perfect hit, and they all hit. Okay, yeah, this is bad. Okay, so brightness goes down to 2 armor across the board. And then has 4 hits to deal with that are all going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Oof. Okay, let's see where these go. I just really hope they're all spread out. That would be nice. We might use some of those fresh acanthus here. We'll see. Okay, so we get hands, feet, chest, and head. So, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty great as far as what it could have been. So let's do body first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, suffering a severe injury and being knocked down. Body is done, and we'll do the same thing with the hands. There we go. And same thing with the feet. And then the head, I think this one we're going to, would it matter? So we would have had 3 armor to start. And then we've already got that severe injury. So we'd be at, we could do, yeah, so we're going to use it on the head to get it back to full and basically negate this last one. So we don't need to roll on the head trauma table. Fun. So you know what? That could have been worse. It was about as violent as it could be for this low armored character. I feel like I need to retire rawhide armor because I really like the archer idea of this person being in the background and not getting hit. But every single time I've had an archer with rawhide, they've ended up getting hit. And it's nearly killed them, if not killing them outright every time. So no bueno. Okay, well, let's shuffle this back in and hopefully we don't get it coming up again so soon. I'm kind of curious. So without playing with hit location scouting, I don't know what I enjoy more, being able to fish for it and know when it is and work around it and have that tactical play, or having the horrible shock or surprise when it shows up unexpected. I feel like it's a quicker play when it's not being searched out through the deck, but the tactical thing is kind of fun. Kind of curious what the most times I've seen the trap is too. Maybe I've seen it, I think, 3 or 4 times in one fight. So we're at 2 this time, so we'll try to keep track here. There we go. Okay, so that was not fun. And they are done. So they're knocked down, so they're not going to be a threat. That's something. I think what I'm going to do, you know what, we've got that block in play. We're going to end our turn now. Oh no, I guess Goncho could surge. Surge or dash, what makes the most sense? Do we want them out of here? Then they would just gain a bleeding token. They don't have any yet. Let's surge and attack here. So 2 dice hitting on 6s. So that is 1 hit. And we connect with Phase Sabatons. So nothing to crit here, so it's just going to be an effect regardless. But we do just wound because the crit's on an 8. Yeah. What strength do you have, Goncho? I don't know if this is going to wound. Okay, so 3, 4, so that's just 8. That is not a wound. So we don't actually have the reaction. You know what? We'll take it. That was a waste of a survival, but nothing bad happened, so we'll take it. Bringing us to the monster's turn. Let's see what we get. Ooh, a mood. Hypervigilance. When this comes into play, draw an AI. At the end of each monster turn, if there are any threats in the fairy ring, perform basic action. Oh! Bruised ego. Discard hypervigilance. I have no idea what bruised ego is. This is kind of brutal. I do not love that. Okay, there we go. Draw an AI card. You know what? I'm going to put it down here just so it's a little closer to read. Just because it's new. Bladed Kick. If there are no threats in the fairy ring, perform Bloom. We have threats. Pick target closest threat facing in field of view. That would be Goncho, but he's got the Bloom Sphere. So on a 6+, gotta pick someone else. Yep. So she's going to turn around and target Tien, who's got block 2 in play. Bladed Kick. It's going to be 3 speed. How much evasion do you have here? A bunch. Awesome. Hitting on 6s. So 3 speed, hitting on 6s. Oh, these perfect hits are killing me. Okay, so 2 hits, which are both blocked, which is nice. The perfect hit is blocked, so I assume... Let me read that card really quick here. Rolls a perfect hit. So the perfect hit is block, meaning it's not going to do damage, but I think that -1 damage is still going to come into play. So -1 across the board from the perfect aim. I thought perfect aim was going to be a non-issue, but I've got so many perfect hits on myself. It's wild. Here we go. Oh. 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 Ooh. Nope, never mind. Okay. I was really worried for a minute. So, target suffers knockback 7 and bleed 1. But we didn't take any damage. So we're good. The reason I was scared, knockback 7 would put us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we would get pushed back an additional 5 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the ring and dying. Okay, scary. Bladed Kick is a basic card, but it is a scary card. Okay, well, that is going to bring us to... At the end of each monster turn, if there are any threats in the fairy ring, perform basic action. So there we go. Basic action is going to come into play because of this hypervigilance vigilance mood. Which is going to be 3 speed. This targeting our boy Tien here. Hitting on 6s. No perfect hits. Thank goodness. We do get 2 hits. And they are going to connect with body and boots. Tien, body and boots. You know what? Let's save the body. And we're going to spend a survival going down to 7 to... negate that, and the boots will go down to 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that brings us to our turn. So Hasina, outside of the ring here, is going to get pushed back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just right to the very edge. There we go. There we go. Awesome, awesome. And it's our turn now. So we've got a whole bunch of people in the ring, which does not spark joy once more. How do we want to play this? I think first things first, they get stand up, and they're going to move. I was planning on having everybody on this side where it's all neat and tidy, but alas, that's not the way things have ended up here. So one moment, I just want to move this a little bit further off there. There we go. So I just want to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. Just want to make sure I was counting stuff right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Brightness does gain a bleeding token for leaving the ring. She is then going to use her action to hit location scan, and this being the AI deck, actually not hit location. So drawing the next 2 cards. So we get Glissade and Entrancing Gaze, which is a mood. When this comes into play, draw AI. The eyes in the Flower Knight's helm glow intensely, bringing stinging tears to the survivors' faces. All survivors suffer -3 accuracy while they're in the Flower Knight's facing. So also Bruised Ego gets rid of that. Well, we're going to try and get rid of that one first, because we've got one mood in play, and that mood does not spark joy either. So I think first things first, let's block with Tien here. So we got block. Do we want to get block 2? That's going to be their turn for now at least. And then we're going to go with Gancho here. Gancho is going to move, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. Gancho is going to stay where they are and attack first. All right, so we get 2 dice, and we're going to use the death die here. Hitting on 5s. Nice. So the perfect hits isn't going to do anything. Oh, we actually get 2 perfect hits. I forgot about Thomas I. But we get 3 hits. So that is good. And we connect with Fey Breastplates, Delicate Knee Joint, and Furious Riposte. Alrighty, Roo. So let's do this order. So we'll do the knee joint first. So we crit on. We got 2 luck. Yes. Ooh, so we crit on a 7. 4 plus 4 is not going to wound. That's a shame. It's the exact same thing as last time. And then let's see. So same thing here. Critting on a 7. Oh god, missing entirely. And critting on a 7. Oh, Jesus, Murphy. 2 1s and oh god, that was awful. Okay, so basic action against the attacker. Ugh. Okay, well, on a 6+, it's not going to target them. Nope, it is. So turning around and having basic action coming into play. So it's going to be 4 speed. There we go. 3, 4. Hitting on 5s. Oh my god, these perfect hits. Jesus. So you get 1 miss. The perfect hit's going to do 1 damage just across the board, every body part. The amount of liner 10s I've gotten on hits for this is ridiculous. Okay, so let's see where these connect with. So we got 3. Body, body, and waist. So Gancho is going to spend a survival to ignore a body hit. Going down to 6. And then I think what we're going to have to do, so this would be 1, 2, this would be 3 damage. Tien's going to spend a survival on his behalf, just from being adjacent here, to ignore the body. And then I'm going to use a Fresh Acanthus to fully heal up the waist here. Back up to, oh god, I can't remember actually what it was. I think it was 12? Yeah, it was 12. There we go. Okay, so that kind of stunk. I think after that, let's see, how do we want to do this? Gancho is going to surge, so we get 2 dice hitting on 6s. That's 1 hit. Oh my goodness, trap times 3. Oh, man, I say it every time my luck with this game, but I swear it's so swingy. It's nuts. Okay, but it keeps things fun, that's for sure. Oh, I forgot to actually give brightness some luck here too, so I'm just going to go and quickly do that. Brightness, luck, and there we go. Alrighty. So we're going to have Hesina and brightness spend a survival. Brightness getting back on a 6+. Yes, and Hesina going down to 9, which is pretty good, pretty good. And basic action targeting the attacker. Let's do it. So it just happened. So 4 dice hitting on 5s. Oh my god, another perfect hit. Jesus Christ. Okay. So reducing a bunch of armor across the board. There we go. And everyone's doomed here, so it's just going to be straight up 3 hits. Hands times 2, and the body once more. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3 damage to the body. So down to 1 armor there. And then the hands are down to 1 armor also. Ouchie kibbles. Okay, so let's get this shuffled up once more. There we go. Okay. Well, who do we have left to go? So your action wasn't finished, so let's move you just to here. And let's have Tien go. So Tien's going to block if I didn't already, and then they're going to surge to attack, and we only get the one speed with this, but that's okay. So we get 1 dice hitting on 3. That's exactly what we need. Nice. Did you anger a gypsy, tread on an ancient burial mound, make a wish on monkey paw or something? Hey, I did walk through some very interesting like purple mushrooms that were almost a circle doing a hike while camping this weekend, so maybe we'll blame it on that, which is pretty apt for having horrible luck with the flower knight. Okay, so let's see. Please don't trap. Nice, nice. Fey hilt. So we just need a 2+ to wound, and we get a crit on a card without a crit thing, but that's okay. We get a wound. Suffer bash. Is bash knocked down? I can't remember. Let's take a look at bash. Cause a survivor to be knocked down. Yep, so we get knocked down, but we do cause a wound. We are slowly working our way through the AI deck. The dice and deck gods have forsaken me, indeed. Okay. Without turning, move the flower knight 3 spaces towards the center of the showdown board, so they are already in the center. So technically speaking, they would have turned this way to do the bash. All right, there we go. Right? Yeah, they were really cool mushrooms. It was sweet. We were actually out foraging for some edible mushrooms in the woods, which is a blast. And there was these beautiful, cool, like lavender purple ones that were magical looking. They're crazy. Okay, so we've done your action already. And let's go ahead and dash with Hesina. Okay, so Hesina dashing going down to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And getting 1 dice hitting on 2. Get it with 6. We shall take it. Furious Riposte. All right, well, we crit on an 8, which would be nice. We do not. So, failure. Perform basic action against the attacker. So many basic actions. Okay, so turn around. There we go. And basic action. Oh, bugger. We do have a bunch of people in here right now, which is kind of too bad. All right, so that's going to be 4 dice. Hitting on Hesina's got 3 evasions, so hitting on 5s. Oh my god, these perfect hits! I don't think she hasn't gotten a perfect hit on me. I don't know what the odds of that are, but it's driving me crazy. Alrighty, there we go. Okay. Oh, and so that was actually 1 that didn't hit. So this has been the go-to. It's been 3 hits with 1 of them being perfect. Okay. Show. Let's see where they connect with. Body, noggin. And this is going to be 4 damage apiece. So I think we are going to spend a survival and get rid of 1 of those. And then we're going to just take the 4 to the head. And then Gancho is going to spend a survival going down to 5 to prevent the body from getting hit again there because of the diversion thing. Cuckoo. There we go. Okay, so this stinks. We're going to have that other mood come into play because we weren't able to do a single wound that... Oh no, did we do a wound? Oh yeah, we did 1, I think. We did 1. We've not been averaging very many wounds, and we've had some very bad luck with our wound rolls. Okay, Glissade. Closest threat facing in field of view, so that's going to be Hesina. Ooh, this actually is going to be Gancho because of the priority target token. However, on a 6+, it's got to be someone else. No. Dang. Okay, the monster stomps its foot and shrieks frightfully. The target suffers 1 brain damage. That we can do. Gancho going down to 16. So low key, I was debating on bringing my spear specialist in because I wanted to work on their specialization more. However, they are intracranial hemorrhage right now, so they wouldn't have been able to spend any survival, and I'm so glad I didn't. Odds are pretty good when you defile the Fey Sanctuary of the Lavender Kingdom, apparently. Yeah, indeed. Oh, goodness. Okay, so we can have 4 speed. And Gancho has 3. You know what? Do you have 3 evasion, or do you have more than that? Should be 3. Oh, no, yeah, 3. Okay, cool. That makes sense. So hitting on 5s. Oh my goodness, no perfect hit and only 2 hits. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is going to be 2 hits. Let's see where they land, the head and the body. Gancho, you know what? Let's go ahead and fresher count this up for the body, going back up to 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then the noggin is... I guess we don't need to just take it, because we can have Hasina spend a survival. Let's do that. Going down to 6. And then that is that. Cool. Okay, full move monster towards the center of the showdown board. They're already there, so that's okay. Basic action discarded. However, now we have Hypervigilance. At the end of each monster turn, if there are any threats in the fairy ring, perform basic action. So this would be on Gancho. However, on a 6+, nice. So that is going to be targeting Hasina instead. Let's take a quick look here. Closest threat. Yeah, so that makes sense rather than them being knocked down. Actually, one moment. I just want to look at something really quick here. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, that makes sense. So targeting Hasina. So we have 4 dice hitting on, I think Hasina has 3 evasion as well. So hitting on 5s. Yes. Still 3 hits, but I will take no perfect hit. Okay, so rolling these up. Boots ×2 and the waist for Hasina. So we don't love the boots ×2 because that is 4 damage apiece. So we're going to have Gancho spend a survival on her behalf. Going down to 4 to remove one of those. And then we're going to have to take these because we've already spent El Jefe Mucho Hancho, indeed. We will take these though. So 4 apiece to the boots and waist. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So waist down to 6, legs down to 3, and it's our turn. Huzzah! So this person gets blasted back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right to the board edge. You get to stand up. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wouldn't work. So let's go with you moving there. You were going to block for now, and we might surge with you later. We'll see. Gancho is going to come over to the blind spot and going to attack ×3 here. Do we want to do it with Gancho just because of the wounding thing? You know what? Let's do that on Hasina this time. Okay, so hitting on 5s. Get 1 hit. Connect with the Fey Wing Helm. So we'll be critting on, what's Gancho at here now for luck? Ooh, so that's 4, so 6s. Oh, let me math this out really quick because that would be annoying. So we got 3. So this would be 10, 9, 8, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dang. So that would be a 6 to crit. So we do not crit, and reflex is going to come into play here. Okay, so they are the priority token once more. Oh man, yeah, Gancho just crapping the bed. Just can't get any wounds with him. It's ridiculous. Okay, you know what? Let's just surge them. Let's just do it. Gancho is going to surge, going down to 3 survival. 2 dice, hitting on 5s. 2 hits this time. We'll take it. Let's go. Let's go. Writhing floor. Oh, we get an impervious location. Of course, of course. Well, let's see what happens here. Ooh, bruised ego. This would be lovely if we can get this. So we crit on a 6. Twisting blossoms and vines sail through the air, falling harmlessly at the Flower Knight's feet. Too bad. That would have been nice to have. Ironically, I didn't mean to toss the dice when it did. It just flopped out of my hand, and it rolled horribly. That's on me though. Okay, so critting on a 6. And we get a Lantern 10 on that one. So we shall take it. The delicate iridescent fabric is destroyed. Attacker gains 1 luck token and 1 random flower resource. Oh, we should have done this one first. I should have read that. A random flower resource. Let's take a draw there. Lantern Bloom. Consume and archive this during the showdown. Gain 3 luck tokens. 1 permanent luck minus. And flower order. Okay, but that is a hide, which is nice. So cool, we got that. And we'll gain an extra luck for Goncho. Cool, and that is 2 wounds because of Savage. So there still might be a legendary card floating around in here, which has me a little bit worried, but we'll have to figure that out as we play. Okay, so that is Goncho's go. I think let's go ahead and let's Surge with Tien, just because he's currently in the blind spot. So Survival going down to 4. And let's go ahead and do the... Okay, so that's slow. So I'm curious if Horpulation gets around slow. I kind of feel like it does. Let's do it. So Horpulation, Death Die, and normal attack of Juggernaut Blade. So hitting on 3 pluses. We get 2 hits, connecting with Parry Location and Glowing Eyes. Okay, Tien doesn't have much luck, so maybe this was a bad call using Death Die here. Yeah, 0 luck. Well, let's see. Let us see. Maybe we'll get a little Lantern 10. No. Okay, so doesn't do wound, even though that still would be 16 toughness. It's a parry location, so no diggity. So Tien gains 2 insanity, going up to 19. And let's see, anything but a 1 is a wound. Nice, so we do gain another wound gone. Nice, nice. Flower Knight shrieks, its eyes strobe unnameable colors. All survivors and the monsters facing suffer monster level brain damage, which is Hasina, Joy. And that was brain event damage? Okay, that is fine by me. Hasina's got a whole bunch of insanity. So going down to 14. And now it's Hasina's go. So Hasina is going to do her thing. 1 dice, hitting on 2+. Nice. I don't think any fighting arts going to come into play there. Nope. But we do hit. Really worried about getting that freaking trap again. Flowering Bustle. Reflex, if the attacker is inside the fairy ring, they're entangled in a mess of strangely twisting vines, adhering to their legs and gain -1 movement and +1 luck. Critical wound. Well, we would like this to be a critical wound, in which case it would be critting on an 8. No, and we'd miss. Oh my goodness. Okay. It wouldn't have done a wound anyways, but it would have been nice to avoid the reflex. So -1 movement, which is too bad. And +1 luck. There we go. Okay, and then next up, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then going to that being a dash. And then Hasina is going to... You know what? I'm kind of worried about there being another legendary card here. So action is going to be checking out the top cards here with the Rawhide Headband. Stinging Breeze and Pollen Strike. So just basics. So if I do that one more time, we should be in the clear. And then we can know that there's no legendaries. Stinging Breeze. Closest survivor outside the fairy ring. Gains 1 luck token. Okay, so don't really love Stinging Breeze. Pollen Strike. Let's do Pollen Strike. Yeah, let's do Pollen Strike. I could play risky, and you know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit. We're going to put Stinging Breeze on top, and we're going to try and remove it right now by surging. So getting it back on a 6, we do, that's nice. And then we hit on a 5, we do with a 9, that's also nice. And we connect with, dang it, it's a parry location. How much luck does Brightness have? You got 2, so we crit on an 8, and then we can get rid of that horrible card. So critting on an 8, just shy with a 7, so we do not get it. Balls. Well, I gambled and it did not pay off. Just for this fight's gone, I should not have gambled most likely, but that is too bad. Okay, so they gain 2 insanity. 2 going up to 8. Okay. Is there anything else that I can do? I don't... You know what, Hasina... I don't think Hasina surged, and I wasn't planning on doing it. I can't remember if I did or not. That was a long turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and end my turn there. So we know what's coming up here. Not stoked on it because it's going to target brightness, and brightness is in a bad space. But Stinging Breeze, closest survivor outside the fairy ring in range. So that will be brightness. So we could move away, but then that's just going to get her killed. So that's not going to make any sense. Okay, so it's going to be move and attack. Okay, so that's going to push you back, going... Actually, just knocking you down, not pushing back. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, up to there. 3 speed. Brightness doesn't have... Oh, no, you do have 2 vision. That is something. And so, hitting on 6s. 1 hit. You know what? That is fine by me. After damage, target gains 1 luck token. Oh, no, grab. Okay. Crap. That's a bummer. Okay, and 7 is... They are going to dodge that. Getting that back on a 6. Yes, they do, so don't need to worry about that damage. But they are going to suffer grabs, so... Going back to here. And then you getting prone in front. And you getting knocked back. I think displaced to there. That's a rule I can't quite remember actually, but that's okay. We'll just play it as that. And then 3 damage to the boots. Brightness's boots are in a bad place, so we're going to do another Fresh Acanthus, going back up to 3. Okay, so we survived Stinging Breeze. However, Hypervigilance comes into play. So, at the end of each monster turn, if there are any threats in the fairy ring, perform basic action. Yes, there are. So, we got a few different options. First one is going to be Goncho. But however, Goncho can be avoiding this on a 6+. Nice. And so this is going to cause some displacement. So you are going to get pushed back. Oh, you know what? I might actually not do that because that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, actually, one moment. One thing I want to check out with Goncho here. Rolling armor. When you would be knocked down, instead suffer knockback 5. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't want that. So Goncho is going to take the hit. We're not going to use the Bloom Sphere card. Oh, balls. We do have a lot of people in here right now. But that is the way of it. So basic action, 4 dice, hitting on 5s. Okay, well, back to this old chestnut. That's another perfect hit. Okay, so head's down to 3, arms are down to 0, body's down to 11, waist down to 10, legs down to 6. Then we get 3 hits. Oof, okay, well, we definitely cannot take one of those head ones. That is for sure. So Goncho is going to spend a survival to dodge one of those. And then Hasina is going to spend, no, not Hasina. Brightness is going to spend a survival to dodge the other one. Spending it this time too, actually. For that distracting strike. And then the waist is going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which is pretty rough. Okay, 5 damage to the waist, so going down to 5 there. I need to get some folks outside of this fairy ring. That is a most definite. But it's my turn, and everyone's in the ring, so no one gets knocked back. You get to stand up, and you are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to here. That's something. Hasina... I don't know if I want everyone in here right now. How much? You got 2 bleed tokens. It's not really anything you could do from outside. Goncho's been rolling like absolute crap, but hopefully that turns around. I think Hasina's going to attack and then get out of here. So let's attack with Hasina, standing up. 1 dice, hitting on 2s. Yep. That trap's got to be coming back here sometime soon too. And here we go. Here we go. Oh, nice. So that will be a crit, which doesn't matter, but we'll ignore the wound effect, which is nice. There we go. And that is another card down. Fantastico, fantastico. And then they're going to get out of here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Let's go ahead and do... Okay, so we only have 2 more cards in the deck. Let's do the Rawhide Headband for one last time. We have Vain Flourish and Glissade. So we've already gotten rid of both legendary cards. That's something. So let's see. Time to KDM. Hello, Matthew. How's it going? We'll put Vain Flourish on the top because we want to get rid of that, but hopefully we'll get rid of both of these. You are joining a interesting fight here. This isn't supposed to be a hard one, but I've had some pretty poor dice rolls that have just pretty well wrecked all my survivors, but you know, that's part of the game. Okay, show. I think, because why the heck not? Let's go ahead and surge and dash with them, getting it back on 6s because the Rawhide armor. Yes, we do. Fantastic. To be able to use the arc bow. So hitting on a 5. Nice. So we get it. Now, if they get the trap again. Oh, good. Good. Delicate knee joint. This armor joint is delicate. -2 toughness to wound this location. That's nice. And you have 2 luck. So we're going to be critting on an 8, which would be awesome. And wounding basically on anything but a 1. Oh, amazing. There's also a weird dice roll there, but we crit. Fantastic. Flower Knight's footwork is ruined. All survivors gain 1 survival. If the Flower Knight is outside the fairy ring, it gains -1 speed token. It is not, but hey, we shall take that survival. That is good. That is good. Okay, Goncho up to 3. Hesina up to 7. Tien up to 5. And yeah, so there we go. So that is another wound down. We are getting there. We are getting there indeed. The traps also, it's got to be so close now. I'm quite concerned about it, honestly. Okay. So, let's do... I don't know if Goncho can survive another trap hit, but I mean... Okay, let's do Tien first. So Tien's going to move up. He's going to block, and then he's going to surge. So survival going down to 4. And we're going to be attacking with the calcified Juggernaut Blade. Hit the like button, all vampires. Yes, please do. I don't think I've ever mentioned like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Maybe we'll at some point. But yes, please. Much appreciated. Also super cool. We are up to 125 subscribers, which is, I mean, like, beastly measly compared to anybody else. But I mean, freaking sweet if you ask me. Okay, so hitting on, what are we hitting on? A 4. Exactly what we need. Very nice. I was kind of hoping that would be the trap in this case, but that is okay. Does Tien have any luck? You might have 1. No luck. So alas, critting on a 10. That would be nice. No. Okay, so yeah, no wound done because of the parry location. All right, let's go with Goncho here. Goncho's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have to dash or 1. I should have done this the other way, but that's okay. They're going to stay put. They are going to use the death die. And Yas, hitting on 6s. Perfect hits. That's nice. And we do get 3 hits. However, I won't be surprised if the trap card is here. 1, 2. Oh, the last one. Oh, yep. There it is. Oh, that's the 4th time I've gotten the trap card this game. Oh. Okay, well, let's do this thing. Okay, Goncho. This might be the end of you, buddy. Let's see. So Goncho gains another luck, going up to 5 freaking luck. Dang it. Okay. Goncho's either missed every time, or when he's connected, he's gotten the trap. It's ridiculous. I've gotten the trap 4 times this fight. He's gotten it 3 of the 4 times, I believe. Okay, so Hesina and Brightness need to spend a survival here. So actually, let's see if we get it back on a... Yep, we do. Nice. Hesina is going to go down to 6, though, so they're not pulled in. And then, yeah, Doomed basic action targeting the attacker. However, we got the Bloom sphere in place, so let's see. On a 6+, it'll attack our tank instead. Yes, that is Fantastic in my book. 4 times a charm, indeed. Maybe he'll be gone forever this time. Okay, there we go. Let's get this all shuffled up. There we go, there we go. Okay, awesome, awesome. And then basic attack. And it's gonna be 4 hits for, whoop, there we go. Tien here. Oh, bugger, I've been forgetting about one of Tien's abilities too. Whoopsies. Okay, so 4 evasion is very nice. So 4 attacks hitting on 6s. Amazing. A full suite of misses. El Jefe Mucho Hancho! 4 times the charm indeed, especially with 4 misses there. So you know what? That's awesome. That is going to end our turn though, which is kind of a shame. I guess we could surge with Gancho. Let's do it. Let's surge with Gancho. So Gancho is going to go down to 2 survival and only getting the 2 dice, hitting on 6s. Okay, we get 1 hit. We'll take it. And let's see what he connects to. Oh my god. I don't even know what to say. That is obscene. So 5th time getting the trap literally on the very, very top. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, Gancho up to 6 luck right now, which is completely bonkers. And trap party, so... Okay, brightness on a 6+, not needing to spend. Nope, needing to spend to stay out of the fairy ring. There we go. And Hesina down to 5. Okay, so on a 6+, it'll have to target Tien. No, so it is targeting Gancho. Oh my god. 5 traps, 1 fight. This is definitely a new personal record. Okay, so 4 dice hitting on, I think it was going to be hitting on, oh no, Gancho's got different stats. Got 3 evasions, so 4 dice hitting on 5s. Nice, that's 2 misses. And we got these 2 connecting with head and hands. Oh, and how much damage is this going to be? 1, 2, 3. So head's going to go down to 0 armor, which is, I mean, like, you know what? We'll take it. We'll take it. And then the hands would be, we're going to spend another fresh acanthus. We spent 2, I think we spent 3. I'm just going to see how many I had in storage here. Strange. Okay, so we're down to a single fresh acanthus left. And Gancho, he's just been getting beat the heck up. He's going to have his hands go back up to full, back up to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 11 and 12. There we go. Oof. Well, let's shuffle this back in. Oh my god. There we go. And that's the end of our turn. That's everything that we could possibly do that turn. Wild. So what's it going to do this turn? We have Glissade once more. Closest threats in facing, we're going to go with our tank here. And they're going to suffer 1 brain damage, which is fine by me. Insanity going down to 18. It's going to be 4 speed, hitting on 6s. Amazing. No hits once more. I'll take it. Yeah, it's been a wild game of crazy, crazy luck. Horrible luck and some really good luck too. Okay, sure, that is fun. Monster's already in the very center, so we don't need to worry about that. And Crusade, excuse me, is done. So, how do we want to play this now? I think let's go ahead and do... Ooh, actually, that camera is almost dead. 1 moment, I need to plug it in. Give me just a sec here. Got a portable charger ready, and usually I plug it in before starting streaming, but I did not tonight. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. And I'll put that cable... out of sight, out of mind. Perfect. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think let's start with... Gancho's got to have a turning point here. He's got to. So let's go... Let's go with Tien first. He is going to block and then spend a survival to surge. attacking with the Juggernaut Blade for hitting on 2s. Actually, hitting on 4s, I think. Let me double check here. Ugh, hitting on 4, so that's a miss. That's a waste. Okay, but they've got block in place, that's important. And then Gancho's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting into the blind spot here. And Gancho was going to use the... You know what? No, he's not going to use the death die. Let's do just 2 normal attacks, hitting on 5s. Get a perfect hit, which doesn't do anything for us, but we do get 2 hits, which is nice. We get the Fey Wing Helm and Delicate Shoulder Joint. So -2 toughness with a critical wound and a reflex. Let's do Delicate Shoulder Joint first. All right, so we crit on something obscenely low. So we crit on I think a 3. I'll double check if it's lower than that. Nice, so we definitely crit. Fantastic. And we get to do 2 wounds because of this, 2 because of Savage from Monster 2 style. Okay, so that's all shuffled up, and we do 2 more wounds. Fantastico. And then from the critical wound, attacker gains 1 survival and 1 random flower resource. Fantastic. Especially being low on survival, up to there, and we'll draw another flower resource. Osseous Bloom, beautiful. And then the Flower Knight gains a -1 accuracy token. Huzzah! That'll help with all the evasion we've got too, so boom! That was a good hit for sure. Okay, and then Fey Wing Helm. So critting on, I think it's 3, pretty sure it's 3, definitely 4. The Flower Knight's helmet is damaged. If the monster is inside the fairy ring, it gains -1 accuracy token, and the attacker gains +1 luck and 1 random flower resource. Amazing. So second, negative. There we go. That's going to be pretty freaking huge, actually. And then another luck token, which is insane. So Gancho, coming in clutch here. Heck yeah, here for it. Another Flower Knight resource. Sighing Bloom, which is an organ. Fun, fun, fun. And we're not able to do 2 wounds for that one just because we've already done Savage, but we are able to do 1, which is nice. Awesome. So we only have 4 wounds left to go. I don't think it's possible for us to do this turn. Yeah, because you already surged, you were unable to hit. You could do 2 and you could do 1 if you ran in, which I don't think we're going to want realistically. Because yeah, Gancho already moved. All right, well, let's see what we can do with Brightness here. It would be nice to get an attack in with Brightness because I don't think we've actually wounded with the bow yet. So let's do it. So 1 dice, and then we'll also have the death dice from the Horripilation status thing from the final lantern. So hitting on 5s. Dang, so 1 miss there. But we do connect with Fey Breeches. A wound result and also a crit, and Brightness has 2 luck, so we crit on an 8. Oh, you are correct. We could surge if we ran in. I thought I did surge Gancho, but if I didn't, absolutely I'll do that. Let's do that for sure. Thanks, Mike. Okay, cool. So let's see, critting on an 8, that would be nice. We do still wound, luckily, because the Arc Bow has a whole bunch of strength at currently 12, plus 3 is 15, and the toughness is only 11, so we do wound. The Flower Knight's eyes beam strangely. Attacker gains 1 courage and is knocked down unless they spend 1 survival. Well, let's gain that courage. Ooh, bold. Let's pull out bold really quick. And then we'll surge Gancho after, and maybe Gancho can actually have the super clutch finishing move after a pretty rough first half of a fight. Bold. There you go. Okay, let's just put this just on the edge of the table there. And so we are in the hunt phase. So Brightness gains prepared. Prepared, and we shall roll a d10. Getting a 5, so 1 understanding. Have had really bad rolls on this. Gancho did not block. Tien, the tank, blocked. Gancho just moved over here and attacked. So I think you're right. I thought I surged, but I think that might have been last turn. We're starting to bleed together. So yeah, I think you're correct. We can surge Gancho, which is awesome. Okay, so when that is done, we will spend a survival because she's got a boatload of it. And getting it back on a 6+, nope. So we will go down to 6, but we're fine there. So we don't need to worry about being knocked down. And then we'll surge with Gancho. So we got 2 dice. which if we get 2 wounds, that is all we need. So hitting on 5s. 9 and a 10. I like these odds. I like these odds. Please, no trap. Ah, impervious. No trap, though. Okay. Oh, bruised ego. That'd be nice to get rid of. If attacker is adjacent to the fire, they suffer bash. Well, let's do this one first then. So impervious. So we crit on, I'm pretty sure, 3. Let me just triple check, but I'm pretty sure that that is a crit. Yep, that is absolutely a crit. So they gain an additional luck token, which is insane. And bruised ego affects some AI cards, such as this one, discard hypervigilance. What's annoying is if we didn't discard it, it wouldn't have gone back in the deck, but it's back in the deck now. So in the discard pile, there we go. There we go. And then Fey Hilt. Kind of podcasting, so divided between Housework and the Flower Knight. Nice. Well, that is a good combo of things to be in between for sure. Okay. So let's see. We're probably going to wound here. Yep, and there's no crit, so the wound effect still happens. So we'll discard this AI. There we go. Without turning with Flower Knight, 3 spaces towards the center of the board. That's done, and you get knocked down. Done, dealio. That is going to be the end of our turn. And you know what? That was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we only got 1 AI card left, which is the Hypervigilance mood that we discarded. So it comes back into the play. We don't have any AI cards to draw, meaning that is now done. At the end of the monster turn, it's going to perform its basic action. So it's going to do that now. So it's going to target TN here. So 4 dice. Hitting on, I believe, 6s, if I recall correctly. So that's 3 hits. We do have block 2, though. So let's see. What do we get? And which one shall we block? For TN, what is TN at here? Okay, so we're going to block the legs for sure. And then we'll block the head, too. So we take 1, 2, 3 damage to the arms. 1, 2, 3. There we go, and it's back to our turn. So Gancho's going to stand up, and I think it makes sense to start with him because he's got so much luck. If we're able to farm some more resources, that would be nice. And we will use the death die on this one too. So 3 dice hitting on 5s. We get 3 hits. That is good news. So as long as we don't get the trap, we should be in the clear here. I mean, the parry ones are kind of crapola, but that's okay. Let's see. I think we're going to start with parries. Yeah, let's do the parries. Okay, so we crit on... It was 3. Is it 2 now, or is it still 3? Oh my goodness. So we crit on 2. So as long as we don't miss, we basically win. Amazing. So that is... We win on that. Actually, was there any resource there? No. So amazing. We have defeated the level 3 Flower Knight. That was a really fun, cool fight. I think it was challenging. More challenging than I expected just because of my dice rolls being really good in a Flower Knight's favor and really poor in mine. But still a cool fight. The mechanics of being pushed if you're outside of the ring and instant death being at the edges changes up the fight in a really interesting way. That's cool. However, we do have breakthrough. Let's take a look and see if we can get anything from breakthrough. Gain 2 insanity. Yes, there we go. Once again, this Flower Knight art is really cool. I think I like it more than the Showdown art, actually. Okay, add the Survivor's Luck roll. So we're adding 8s to this, which is pretty bonkers. Okay, so we get 13, 10 plus. Pressing through, your senses sharpen until you are nearly overwhelmed. To gain the Fencing Secret Fighting art. All survivors gain 1 survival. Okay, cool. I don't think we want fencing. Let me take a look here. Add a random fighting art. No, we don't want to do that. You know what? I think we're happy with the ones that we have. So we're not going to worry about that. Everyone gains a survival though, which is nice. And Hasina. And then Tien. There we go. Cool. And 5 traps. Yeah, super bad luck, and those 5 traps were gnarly. I think the one at the top of the deck was unbelievable. Like I got really low through the hit locations for a while, and I figured one was going to be any minute, and obviously hit it. But then immediately having it being the very first card, that's the first time that's happened, and it was comical. And I'm glad it wasn't too brutal. Also glad that the perfect hits I kept hitting myself with lightened up a little bit too. Okay, I think I'm going to do the Aftermath, and then just going to refill my cup of water and just get the table cleaned up a little bit for the settlement phase. So, Aftermath. Let's do this thing. Oh, one thing, actually. First things first. So let's do brightness. You did gain your proficiency, which is good. I think it's probably too late in the campaign to actually get the bow specialist, but I kind of want to, so we'll see. Complete showdown. We are successful. 200 XP. Brightness achieves age 1, and Tien achieves age 3. Awesome. Return and advance here. That we shall do so. Awesome. And we get 4 basic 8 flower, 1 sleeping virus flower resource, rare gear, and a black lichen strange resource, which is pretty cool. Okay. So, let's do this. Strange resource first. I think we've seen it already, but the card looks pretty neat, so we'll grab one. Okay, legendary horns, black lichen. There we are. So bone, organ, hide, consumable, other, malleable, pungent, and attractive. You may consume this. If you do, your lips turn gray, your hair whitens, and you become infertile. Gain 1 courage, 1 understanding, and suffer the destroyed genitals' severe waste injury. So pretty neat, because as long as we're able to get a certain other strange resource this year, we're going to do some pretty cool stuff with crafting this phase. So that's neat. And then in case anyone hasn't seen it, let's add the rare gear here. I have the sleeping virus flower, which is pretty neat. So we got a second one. Awesome. So it's kind of like a luck machine with a really interesting thing here too. So +1 luck, cursed, so you can't get rid of it. And when you die, a flower blooms from your corpse. Add a warm virus to the timeline next year. You are the guest. You know what? It doesn't actually say discard. I was curious about this because I've been playing it as basically the character gets to return. And then I thought I read that somewhere online that like you only get to do it once. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I have to double check that. Anyways, but Arluzidin has it, and it's just this recurring character anyway, so it's worked out well thematically. I don't know if I'm going to be using the second one at this moment, but it is cool to have, that's for sure. Okay, and then let's do the resources. So basic. Let's get these shuffled up really quick here. And we get 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put those up in that corner. Organ, broken lantern, hide, and organ. Nice. And then 8 flower resources. Destroyed Genitals Industry is the name of my punk band. Beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mostly going through this whole deck, which is pretty neat. Let's see. So we get Lantern Bloom, which we've got ready. Warbling Bloom. You can plant this and add a population, which is so cool. I love this creepy derpy phase. It's kind of amazing. Osseous Bloom, so that's more bone. Another person, Sign Bloom, and the Lantern Buds, so some scrap. We do like that. Cool. Very cool. So we gain lots and lots of goodies here. Let's just put that off to the side. All of these things that we've gotten, and then these ones too. There we go. Cool. And then let's put these guys up and out of the way. You know what? This table's actually not too much of a mess, and I think I'm just going to leave the flower patch thing there anyways, because it's pretty neat. So let's just continue on as is. No need to go to that little break screen. Resources. Let's just get these all organized so it's easier to do. So we got a Sign Bloom, Osseous Bloom, Lantern Bloom, Warbling Bloom. osseous, warbling, sighing, and lantern. Awesome, awesome. Organ, scrap, hide, and organ. Okay, cool. So, Flower Night. 2 sighing blooms. 1, 2, 3, 4 osseous blooms. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 lantern buds. And then 2 warbling blooms. 1, 2. And then 1 lantern. No, 2 lanterns. 2 lantern blooms, and then 1 lantern bud. Cool. So let's put these back. There we go. And then we got 2 monster organs. Basic. Got 1 broken lantern scrap, a monster hide, and 2 monster organs. Awesome, so we got a lot of goodies. There we go, and I'm just gonna move these cards off to the side here, make a little bit more space for myself. All these traits. Okay, perfect. So with that, let's see. So we don't have petal spirals, so we don't get to do this little bonus thing. But we'll read it out there just so we know. The settlement innovated petal spiral when they defeat a level 3 Flower Knight. All survivors with the fencing secret fighting art and the ghostly beauty and narcissistic disorders gain the true blade secret fighting art. So I'm curious what the hank around that be, but I'll have to figure that out another time. I don't think we're gonna do any of sense memory this time. Oh, you know what? I think we have pottery, so that might actually be something. We don't have Song of the Brave. Oh no, we do. Ooh, yeah. Hang on a minute. Yeah, we might actually be able to do some interesting stuff here, which we haven't been able to do before. Let me just double check. Paint, partnership, pictograph, pottery, awesome, and then sculpture and Song of the Brave. Oh no, we don't have Song of the Brave. Yeah, bugger. But we can do whatever this one is. So we might take a look at that when we get into this stuff here. So let's get the, there we go. Rest these other cards out now. We'll put that right in the center. We'll put these right here. And our settlement event is Stranger in the Dark, which I don't know if I've gotten this one before. Roll 1d10. Getting an 8. The stranger calmly explains that he's always been in the settlement, gained +1 population. The new survivor has the 0 present secret fighting art. Cool. We actually have gotten that one. I think we got it at the very, very beginning, which is pretty neat. So let's do another survivor, and they can be another female. What would be a good Stormlight name for them? Let's do Nora, I think, who's a vizier. Nora. No parents, so we can't do anything there. There we go. Create, and they have. Oh, wait, what? One sec here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so that's just going to be that. But let's give Nora the thingamajig. Where did you get to? 0 presence. Boom, boom. There we go. 0 presence is really cool. Gain +1 strength when attacking a monster from its blind spot. Whenever you attack a monster, you are always considered to be in its blind spot, which is just neat. I like that. Okay, cool. So we'll put that off to the side. And we've got a few age things to do. So let's do that first. Age. So I believe it was, I think, TN. And back up to the top here for our returning folks. Let's see, was it you? Yeah, so brightness gets to do age 1. So I already had the bow specialization, so we got that, which is nice. And then, yeah, rolling 2d10 here. Oh, wow, getting a 2. +1 permanent evasion. Well, we'll take it. Okay, +1 permanent evasion. And then I do believe, I think it was Tien, let's double check. Yep, okay, so age 3. So once again, 2d10. Getting a 12. Gain a random secret fighting art, or a random fighting art. Add a random fighting art. Crazed. On a perfect hit, gain 1 insanity. All right, well, we'll take it. Cool, cool. So we got that. Are we having anything? No, so no story events that we need to read. We do have the Kingsman next time, which is, yeah. I mentioned this earlier, but for anyone watching would love some input on thoughts and feelings on Kingsman level 3. I have yet to beat him. Level 1, I fought twice and thought I had a chance one time, and he just brutalized me. Level 2, I went in with a good strategy and just had diabolically bad dice rolls and lost once more. Level 3, I think I could beat him, but then again, also level 3 Butcher totally kicked me in the butt. That was also horrendous dice rolls too. But regardless, I still definitely lost. And so I'm tempted to go in and try and actually win, but I don't know if I want to use my best survivors because they might die. And if I do win and no one dies, then someone still gets cursed gear, which fits into the spot. So I think I've got 2 options, and just talking it through. I either take my B team and try to win against them just for the fun of the fight, which I'm kind of tempted to, or I just skip it and take a loss. So I'm going to think on it over the next 2 weeks or so before I stream again, but would love some input on what people think on what makes more sense, what's more fun to watch, and also what's more fun to play. Okay, so let us see. All right, so this does strategy replace him with something fun. Hey, that's an interesting thought, and that's fair. That's very fair. I am kind of tempted to fight level 3 Phoenix, which I'm kind of terrified about, so that might be a fun little trade maybe. But yeah, anyone during the stream, feel free to comment. No worries if not. And anyone watching on YouTube later, same thing. It'll be probably about 2 weeks from this time of this recording before I actually do that fight, whatever it may be. So I had a plan last time, and I just want to take a look at the sense memory thing here first. So what could we do with pottery? If the settlement has pottery, the returning survivors are able to preserve the delicate blooms whose scents fill the survivors' heads with wondrous ideas. Their recollections inspire distillations of scent memory. Any survivor may craft the following this settlement phase. Scent of lost wealth. The scent produces strange tears in the survivor's eyes, sharpening their vision of potential boons. Gain the otherworldly luck fighting art. And then also scent of lost sight. The survivor's scent sets others' teeth on edge. They gain the leader fighting art and the anxiety disorder. Not really keen on that, but let's take a look at otherworldly luck. So just for fun, let's look at TM, just because I know he doesn't have that many fighting arts. Otherworldly luck. During the hunt and settlement phase, whenever you roll on a table, you may add 1 to the result. You may not exceed the highest possible on this table. Okay, well, that's not amazing, but we'll keep that to the side, and if we have extra flower resources that we haven't spent, then we'll do it. Also, just cool art. What is going on with those plant ladies there? Wild. Okay, we can't do that, but I'm just curious about the art. Cool, there we go. So there's a few different things that I want to do, and it all kind of revolves around, let's see, so leather making, we're definitely going to do. Weapon crafter, we might scavenge, but I think that's going to be a little bit less likely. So we'll put that just off to the side. Exhausted Lantern Horde, we need to do the investigate because we need to get the cocoon membrane to do what we want to do. Trepanning, we're probably going to do as well. And blacksmith, I don't think we're going to worry about you right now. We'll put it off to the side because that's another maybe. Okay, so first things first, we need to get the cocoon membranes because I want to oxidize some stuff. And let's take a look at that first. So I think it was Lantern Research 139. 133, 7, 9. No, it wasn't that. Was it back here? Okay, let's put it on that page because we might come back to this one too. So Lantern Research has some really cool art, but it is, for anyone who's watching or hasn't played before, it basically replaces innovations from earlier in the game, and we can upgrade our pulse discoveries. So right now we have Aggression Overload, which lets us once per round do an additional attack, but we could change that to Acceleration, which is add 1d10 movement to a move action. So before moving, may roll the death die and add the results to your movement for one move action this turn. So pretty cool. I haven't really had much issues with movement, but like obviously if that came up, it would be really useful. So where is the oxidization thing? Let's see. I wonder if it says here. Oxidization. It is just called oxidization. Okay, oxidization. Page 149. Phoenix Feather, oxidization. There we go. And I'm just going to get this little guy over here too. So once again, this art is really trippy and it's kind of hard to parse what's going on. But I think it's like the Watcher's cloak or its body and then juicing up gear with it, basically, which is pretty wild. And so what we need from it is protective gear. And as part of that protective gear, we need a cocoon membrane. And if we get 2, we'd be able to do it twice, which would be awesome. And to do this, we need to dive into the exhausted lantern horde here. So let's do this. I think I can actually put this a little further back. There we go. And people can't die here, so we shall see. So let's investigate. We're just going to be using our kind of farmer survivors that we have got all randomly named Dark Eyes. Okay, getting a 9. Add a lantern tube to your storage. Don't know what a lantern tube is. Let's take a look. Iron. You can also get a lot of iron this way too, which is pretty neat. Lantern tube. Ooh, you look nasty. So it's an organ and a scrap, a fleshy muscle-lined tube. When you gain this, roll 1d10. On a 6+, you find something stuck inside. Add 1 broken lantern to the basic resource storage. Okay, so on a 6+. Nice. Lantern tube. Okay, well, we'll put that up in that corner for now, and then we'll also add a scrap basic, which is nice. There we go. And yeah, then we're going to do this again. So this is now 2 endeavors down. Okay, we get a second lantern tube. Let's see, on a 6+. No. Just going to add these because I don't know if there's actually 2 in there. Strange. Lantern tube. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, and now our third shot at this. Really just looking for a 6 or a 7 or an 8. 3 is not good. Shaken, you return to the surface sobbing, gain 1 random disorder. Let's put this on one of our Dark Eyes. So this would be Dark Eyes 4, gaining a random disorder. Squeamish, you cannot depart with any stinky gear in your gear grid. Okay. Okay, and then our fourth go at this. Yes, 2 cocoon membranes, fantastic. I guess we only need to look at the 1. Yeah, we'll just pull this out here. So cocoon membrane. Thin copper hairs permeate this jelly-like substance. Lanterns are repelled by the copper hairs, their light bending to avoid them. And we get 2 of them. Awesome. And so that was... There we go. So we got 3 endeavors left, which isn't a ton, but you know what? It's better than nothing, that's for sure. And so what this means is, let us pull this. Nope, that is the wrong book. Now this table's a mess. Oxidization. So you approach the defeated Watcher. Its body crackles with electricity. The crafting process requires a team. Nominate 3 other survivors and create coating and protective gear. If there are not enough survivors to nominate, you cannot proceed. Create coating and protective gear. This dangerous procedure requires protective outfits, a long placement tool, a catalyst coating. Pay the cost below to prepare your implements and craft 1 piece of gear in the high voltage bath. After you craft the gear, the implements are destroyed. Okay, so I was curious if we needed to do the coating and protected gear part twice. We will, but that's okay, because this is probably going to be the only time that we do this. All right, so let's pay all of these things and make our super awesome stuff. So we're going to do this twice. Storage, resources. Okay, so 3 leather. So we're going to have to do, I wonder how much leather we have right now. So we're going to need 6. Strange. We got 5. So we're going to have to do that. Oh, buggers. So that is an endeavor as well. Down to 2. And then we're able to turn all of our hides that we want. So we got 1, 2. Not strange. I'm looking for flower night. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What do we need for that, actually? Let's just do all these. Actually, some organs. We'll keep that for now. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, there we go. So it's going to be a whole bunch of leather. There we go. Okay, so leather cost has been paid. We need 3 bones. One, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And then 3 organs. Becoming 6 of those too. So 3, 4, 5. There we go. Awesome. 6. And then 2 black lichens. We just got one of those. And now we're using it twice. So we're using the one from our previous level 3 fights, and now this one as well. So we got 0 of those. And then the 2 cocoon membranes that we just got also. Okay, where do those get to? Cocoon membranes. I think we added them. Yeah, there we go. So I didn't actually add them. There they are. So we're down to 0 of those. And then high voltage bats. We're going to do the oxidized beacon shield, or bacon shield, shall I say. And then the oxidized lantern glaive. So let's take a looky-loo at these. Exhausted lantern horde. And yes, let's see. Oh, so I've already done all the crafting. I should have done it a little bit different. Oxidized beacon shield. I think we want to do that one first. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll just add that one there, and I'll remove the normal one after. So the difference is here. So 1, 6, and 6. Add 2 to all hit locations. That's the same, but you get to deflect 2. Spend your action. You now have exactly 2 deflect tokens. The next 2 times you were hit, ignore a hit and lose 1 deflect token. So instead of just deflect being a thing that's done, we get these tokens that will carry over, which is pretty sweet. So we've got that. Okay, and then the oxidized lantern glaive. Awesome. So we will do that as well. So some of the differences here. So similar thing to the normal lantern glaive. So 2, 5, and 6. Sharp, reach 2, barbed 4. So on a perfect hit, gain +4 strength the rest of the attack. But then it loses early iron, which is nice. So we're going to be giving this to our spear specialist. And following that, let us see if we can maybe, just maybe, trepan the intracranial hemorrhage away. So we're looking for a 7 to 9. That's kind of cocked, but you know what? It's getting late, and I'm just going to take it. We'll take that 8. This being, I believe this is for Scar. Scar, where you at? There we go. Intracranial hemorrhage. Goodbye and good riddance. That awful thing. Awesome. And I think at that point, we're probably going to log off now. I might take a look at some of the rest of the gear that I can make and see if there's anything that I do want to make. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me on this. Ended up being a longer one than expected, honestly. We'll blame it on those 5 traps and all the perfect hits that I kept hitting myself with. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Matt, especially for a first time, lovely to have you. And we'll see you in about 2 weeks to fight maybe the Kingsman, maybe not, maybe something else. We shall see what it ends up being. And again, any input, happy to hear it too. Yes, taking the 8 for sure there, Mike. But yeah, much love, and we'll catch you next time. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye.